My life to yours, my breath becomes yours. We are journeying from Scadrial to Nalthis in my next Cosmere journey. Hey everybody, I am starting my next reading vlog, which is Warbreaker. I know a lot of people would recommend Elantris for the next read after Mistborn, but I've decided to start Warbreaker for two reasons. At the moment, Warbreaker is currently free on Audible, but only for the next week or so. And I would love to do another immersive read because I really enjoyed doing it for the Mistborn trilogy. It's really handy when I'm at work or out and about because you can just listen to it or I can read it on my Kindle. So that's why I would love to do it this way. Reason number two is that I have actually already started to listen to Warbreaker before the Mistborn trilogy, and I ended up putting it on pause. Me and my boyfriend Cam were reading it on long journeys in the car, but then because I decided to read Mistborn, I put it on hold. So I would love to get back into it because I got up to about 10 chapters. So I did sort of get into it a bit more and then I stopped. So to get back into it would be amazing. So to recap what sort of happened when I last read it is that what I remember is there are two sisters. One is called Siri. I remembered that one. And then she's got another sister. Her older sister is sort of trained to become what you would sort of view as like a queen, I guess, in this world. I don't know if it's classed as that, but she is sort of trained in that way. But the younger sister, Siri, isn't. So she's not really trained as much as her older sister. Then I do remember that this world is full of gods and there is someone that's called the God King who's basically like in control of the empire of where he lives. Can't remember names right now, but he is the one that's meant to be marrying the older sister to do with like the laws and stuff that were set before. But it doesn't quite end up that way. They end up sending Siri to go marry him because their dad prefers the older sister, basically. That's kind of what I remember most about it. I can't remember everything off the top of my head, so that's what I sort of got at the moment. But I have decided that I will be starting again from the top, so I will update you guys on my reading journey, and I'm really excited about this one because I loved Mistborn. If you've watched any of my other Mistborn vlogs, you will understand, like, I was emotionally destroyed, so I don't know if this book's going to go the same way, but Brandon Sanderson is such an amazing writer. I love his work, so I'm hoping I'll enjoy this one as well. Right, this is the part where I will probably mess up the names of everything, so I do apologise in advance. So I'm going to tell you where I've got to so far with the book. I've been listening to it a lot while I've been at work with the audiobook. It's been really helpful. I've been really enjoying it. The narrator is amazing, so really liking it this time. And this time it's narrated by a woman, so it's quite nice to have a bit of a difference between the Mistborn books because they were narrated by a man. So far, I've got to where Siri has arrived at Haldren, and she's basically thrown into this really intimidating world to do with the gods and the court of gods, right? So she is scared, essentially. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's not been trained like her older sister has. So she's just like, what do I do? Basically navigating her way around everything, what's right and what's wrong. Even though she has got some sort of training, it's not to the extent as Vivenna, so it's quite fun to see how she's gonna change a little bit to try and understand the differences of where she's come from to where she is. So she is basically terrified of the God King because he's made out to be this horrible, really strict king, right? He's really made out to be such this sort of bad, portrayed in this bad light, and she is terrified. But she's also like, you know what? I've just got to kind of see what's going to happen and go with it. So she definitely knows there's like more to what's happening. She comes to learn that there's definitely more to where she is and also to the God King himself. Her sister Vivenna is really angry, actually, I think, that her younger sister has been chosen. She's trained her whole life for this moment, for their dad to be like, no, I'm sending Siri instead because you are my favourite, basically. And she is annoyed, which is fair enough because, like, imagine doing all of that work, growing up your entire life to then basically be told no, and your little sister that's had no training gets chosen. Like, it was like her life goal. Like, that was what she was wanting to do. Well, she didn't want to do it, but at the same time, that was what she thought her chosen path was. So to then not have that, she's like, what am I to do? So she's a bit annoyed. So she's basically gone to go and save her sister. But she's really naive and basically unprepared for the reality of the city and the politics and just everything that she's about to like step foot into. So yeah, there's a bit of a journey with her, I think. We'll find out, I guess. It's going to be one of those ones where it like follows her and then follows her sister and then follows her. I just know it. Has been a little bit like that so far. We've been introduced to Lightsong. So he is a god. He's really funny. He is basically like in disbelief of his own religion. He is so satire and just putting his insight in all the time, and it's just hilarious. I just think he's that sort of breath of fresh air in this book, and it's so funny when it goes to his like chapters because I'm just so excited to see what he's got to say. War is on the horizon. It is about to go down. We've got many of the gods debating whether they're to use their powerful armies or to sort of go against Siri's and Vivenna's dad, basically. Like, this whole marriage treaty was a way of bringing peace to the cities, but it's not quite working that way. So Siri and Vivenna are very much in the middle of everything. They are torn. It's like Siri's just been married off to the God King, but then her family's also fighting against them in a way with this war. So it's crazy. I feel like it's all going to happen, which makes it more exciting for us readers, but also stressful for the families in the book. Then we've got the whole magic system. Again, Sanderson brings us this incredible system that he's created. I don't know how he does it. It's to do with breath, it's to do with colour and soul-like energy. It's fun. It's quite interesting as well. Like, the whole breath thing, I'm like, whoa. I'm quite excited to learn more about that as the book goes on. So I don't know too much off the top of my head right now. I'm still getting into it. But I've been really liking hearing about this sort of magic system. It's very different to his Mistborn trilogy one with the allomancy. That's to do with metals. This is to do with breath, like the difference. I just think it's going to be cool. And obviously, it's all got to do with the colours as well. I love Siri and Vivenna's hair changes colour. Like, can we just mention that for a moment? Like, with their emotions, their hair changes. Like, how cool would that be? I want my hair to change colour like that. No, I'm sad it doesn't, but I just love it. So it's been really fun to see, but also I guess that does give away what they're feeling, so they've got to hide it quite a bit when their hair's like that. It's just fun. So I've been really liking it so far, and I'm gonna try and read a bit more and get more into the audiobook as well, because it's been really fun to listen to. I've got an update for you guys on Warbreaker. So obviously I've been listening to it. I've got to about chapter 49 now, so quite far through. So everyone's born with one breath, and they can be given or taken, obviously using the phrase, my life to yours, my breath becomes yours. So that, in a sense, is really cool. It's basically like some sort of currency, in a way, to be honest. And I find that really interesting, personally. I like that he's gone with this take on it, because obviously Mistborn is the metals, the allomancy. This is like just a whole other thing, so it's fun. So obviously one of the sort of stages of it is that it does enhance and like improve senses. We've experienced that with Siri when she was talking to one of the priests, and she kind of noticed he was reacting differently to her. And she was like, it's not my hair, because she was taming that back. She was trying to control that side of her. So she realised that he can sense changes ever so slightly, which is just so crazy, like the intricate sort of like little details. And the way the God King spoke about the colours as well to Siri, talking about like how he can like see the blush on her cheeks. And it's just like all those little details I just find so fascinating about it. Then we've also got the ability to awaken things. It's basically bringing an inanimate object to life and giving it a command. So Vivenna has been attempting to try and do that a little bit. She's obviously put some of her breaths into her shawl as well, which she's been struggling with, but I find all of that really fun to read about. So I haven't mentioned them yet, but Vasha and Nightblood, I find them so mysterious and so funny. So I just wanted to talk to you about them. At the moment, Vasha has just rescued Vivenna, and I can sense like a little romance brewing there. I don't know if it's my romanticy side coming out, but I'm just like creating all sorts of theories over here. Like, are they going to get together? Is something going to happen? Or am I just going like totally off course right now? But I don't know. He's very reluctant, but he's giving her some guidance. And I'm like, you're warming up to her, so maybe a little romance or something happening there. So Nightblood is just so funny. I just love his like little weird obsession with destroying evil. He's just like a little evil mastermind trying to destroy evil itself. He also spoke to Vivenna and totally creeped her out, which I found really funny. So again, just honestly, I love seeing his like little comments here and there. So a bit of a theory here is that Nightblood is a awakened sword. So he obviously is obsessed with destroying evil, and we think that he's basically been commanded to do that at some point, and this is why he's like this. So yeah, it's a bit of mystery about him, but it's fun. I find him really interesting, and obviously he's a sword, so even better that he can talk. So Vivenna has just been betrayed by Denth and Tonk Far. Like, what was that? I didn't expect it. So obviously the mercenaries that have been helping her try and find Siri, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, they have just gone and put it all down the drain. The way it felt like a horror movie going into that basement. Parlin. His death was brutal. Brutal. It was so sad though. It was so sad. I was just in shock. I was like, what is going on? Felt for her there. Now she's on the run. She's just like obviously ran away. She's out of there, but she's in the slums because she's just run from Vasha, but then she's just had to run from Denth and Tonk Far as well. So she's not having no luck. She's on the street. She's just got ill as well. So she's fighting an illness and it's just not going well. She's basically isolated on the slums and she's clinging to her shawl for dear life because she put the breaths into it by mistake and doesn't know how to rectify it. So yeah, and then obviously Vasha's come in, swooped in and rescued her, as I mentioned before. So now they're together, obviously. So this obviously goes to show that she is very naive as a character. She's too trusting of people, obviously with Denth and Tonk Far as a big example. And it's just kind of come round as like some sort of spiral because, yeah, she's kind of in that sort of same situation with Vasha. Is she going to trust him and then something happens? Yeah, it just shows the naivety that she has as a character. So Siri and the God King, they are, you know, having their little moment. They're getting a bit cozy. I'm loving it. They just kissed as well, guys. So my little romance side is like in joy right now. So Siri at the moment is trying to figure out ways on how to alert others that Susebron is basically a prisoner to his priests. They're trying to figure out a way. They're basically secretly rebelling, and I love it. They've got their little plans in motion. And them two, I just really, really like their chapters. I just find them really sweet together. And he's obviously learning. So it's so cool to see him sort of adapting as well as he's learning, but he's learning so quickly. Like, I wish I had that skill to learn that quickly. He's so good at it. Could not be me about a lot of things. Yeah, I do like seeing all of that too. My favourite, Lightsong. He is honestly the best. He at the moment is investigating a murder. He is in the palace that's been broken in, and obviously one of the servants has been murdered. He is basically Mr. Gadget, you know? What's the Gadget guy called? He is basically Inspector Gadget right now, guys. He is just like cluing everything together. He doesn't trust the priests because they're being odd, especially with the whole awakening and the lifeless squirrel. What's that about? Like, that's crazy. It's so odd. And he's just piecing all these things together. He's basically realizing that maybe in his previous life he was a detective or something along those lines, because he's just so naturally talented at figuring stuff out, and he really likes that sort of thrill of trying to investigate this. So I do want to see a bit more, and I want to know if he'll find out his previous life. Like, I want to know if he will find out what he used to be. So that'd be cool though. Blush Weaver, can we talk about her for a second? The little seductress. She is just totally crazy for Lightsong, right? She's just trying every single minute to jump him. She's only human. I mean, Lightsong is Lightsong, so can't blame her really, can we? But she's just crazy. She's so... Oh, the way she spoke to Siri, being like, back off. I was like, jaw on the floor. I was like, you just spoke to your queen like that. What? What? Oh my goodness. It's a good thing Siri's not like off with her head, you know? You know what I mean? I've been really enjoying her because she's just funny, and she's just trying to honestly jump Lightsong every single second. She's got a moment with him. She's not trustworthy either because she is trying to get the armies. She's basically like in charge of one of the other gods' armies at the moment, and Lightsong's like, not sure if that's a good idea. So he's trying to kind of go against it, but it is a little bit hectic. I don't know. I'm not sure what side she's on. She's on her own side. So crazy girl. She is a bit crazy. So that is where I'm up to at the moment, and I believe I'm coming up to a Sanderlaunche, guys, in the next sort of couple chapters or so. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to film my reactions, because I want to give my true reactions, as you know from my previous vlogs that I've done. I just find it fun and you guys love it, so let's do it. I'm very excited to see where this book goes because I have no idea. I genuinely don't even know where it's going to lead, but I'm excited for it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next bit. Here's a little update as to where I am with Warbreaker. At the moment, I am at the bit where Siri has just been told by the priests that she's pregnant, so now they're trying to keep her away from everyone, basically. Vasha has gone to go and get Siri because obviously Vivenna wants to be with her sister. Lightsong and Blushweaver have just been captured too. So that's where I've got to so far. Like, I had to pause because everything was kicking off and I was like, I need to record, I need to get my reaction. So I just stopped my audiobook earlier today when I was at work because I was listening to it. And I was like, I can't listen to this and not like get my reactions. So I'm at the bit where like everyone's basically just been captured. So I'm going to start reading and also listening to the audiobook at the same time. I've got my headphone in. I've just found the right bit, so let's get started. I'm chapter 53. Guys. Okay, I'm scared. Right. I had to obviously stop it, as I said, but then I was trying to pair it up to my Kindle. So let's go. Immersive reading. Here we come. Lightsong's so funny. Lightsong was a scribe. What? Okay, Llama is just having a moment. He's not happy. Llama, you need to calm down. Okay, they've got Blushweaver. You're joking. They've just slit Blushweaver's throat. What? Does that mean she's dead? Wait, what? Can she die? Can she actually die from this? What the hell? No. Stop. Lightsong's reaction to that was so sad. I'm about to cry. Blush Weaver wasn't even one of my favourites. I found her quite annoying, but that's so sad. What the hell? I'm assuming that means she's just gone. Like, she's not coming back, right? I can't cope with how Lightsong's just taken Blush Weaver's death. Like, it's so sad. I've just had to pause it. It's just gone to chapter 54. Just hearing that, it's just so sad. What the hell? I didn't expect that to happen. Like, I knew she was working with them, but then to turn on her and then kill her like that, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it. Now, she wasn't my favourite character, I'll admit. I'll admit she's not, but she didn't deserve to die like that. What the heck? I thought she was a bit funny at times, to be fair. I'm going to crash out soon at some of these. If anything happens to Lightsong, Vasha's a really cool character. He's so cool. Denth is really annoying. You just want to, like, you know when you just want to hit someone? Not literally, I would never do that, but do you know when you just want to punch someone in the face? That's Denth. That is Denth. He deserves that. Right, these priests are really annoying me now. I'm like, can Siri just, like, punch them as well? Take them all out. Just do it. Go on a rampage, Siri. Come on. Blue fingers. What? Stop. The one person I actually thought was alright and was trying to help Siri. What the hell? What is going on? I can't cope. I can't trust anyone. The only person I trust is the God King and Siri and Vasha and Vivian. That's it. Nightblood's so funny. What the hell? Vivenna! Nightblood's dropping the tea. He's like, I think he likes you about Vasha. Lightsong's reaction's really sad. Like, he's like blaming himself. Like, he's like, I could have done this better. I could have done that. And now, like, she's gone. Oh, Lightsong basically saved Lama's daughter. Well, tried to save Lama's daughter. I still can't get over the fact that Bluefingers has betrayed her. You really can't trust nobody in these books. Oh, Vivenna's given her breath to Vasha. I knew those two would hit it off. I knew it. Oh my god. Vasha's falling out of the window. He'll be fine, right? He'll be fine. He'll be alright. So cool what they can do with the objects. Like with the rope. Imagine seeing like the scene of Nightblood just like slicing through the air. Like, that's insane. With like the blood and then the mist stuff. Oh, I want this to be a live action. I want to see it. Oh man, Denth. He keeps coming back. What the hell? Can someone just him already, please? Like, he's getting on my last nerve. Also, Vasha is a morally grey man. That's all I'm saying. I need to see what he looks like. What's he look like? Denth just stabbed Vasha. What the hell? Oh, it's changed POV. I can't. Bro, I was invested. Lightsong's going through like a midlife crisis, like identity crisis over here. What is going on right now? Now Susabron is like kneeling to Vasha. What? Is Vasha like a higher rank to the God King? I'm done. Oh my goodness. I really enjoyed that. I really liked it. It was so good. I'm really sad about Blushweaver because that death was just uncalled for. Lightsong. I didn't want him to die. That was so sad. But I'm glad he kind of went out the same way he did originally. He's a hero, to be honest. He, you know, thought about other people before himself, you know. The God King. The fact he can now talk. Love that. I love that he got given that chance at the end. I did like how he communicated though with Siri, obviously when he couldn't speak. I like how they like made like a little communication between them both. It was just really sweet and wholesome. Yeah, I got used to him being like that, so I was like, oh. But I'm so glad he could finally speak in the end. Oh my goodness, honestly, everything. The fact that Vivenna is now going with Vasha at the end, she's like, I don't want to live my old life. I want to go and explore with you. Let's go. So yeah, and Nightblood, always with the commentary, he's like, no one wants to talk to me. That was hilarious. He's honestly one of my favourites, is Nightblood. Just the little comments. I really want to see this in like a live action because it was so cool. Like all the fights, I was like, whoa, I can literally picture it in my head what was going to happen. I really need to see some fan art of the characters now that I've like read this. I need to like see what they all look like, to see if they look anything like what I can think of in my head. Probably not, but still so cool. Yeah, and the fact that they got the army at the end, like basically zombies, what the hell? That was so cool. And he like just brought them back. Insane. Insane. Vasha's an old man. He's an old soul. Warbreaker the Peacekeeper, you know? Like, it's in the name. Oh my goodness, I don't even know. I don't know how I didn't cry either. I don't know how I didn't cry because that was crazy. I think I was just in shock the whole time instead, just like, what is going on? The amount of times I was confused, there were a lot of that. Oh my gosh, yes, Lightsong being a scribe. I was like, that makes sense, but I kind of did pin him down to be a bit, like, I know he did like the whole thing to do with like the money and like finding out what people like owed and stuff, but I still feel like he was a bit more detective-y, like private investigator vibes from Lightsong the whole time. But I miss him. The fat llama ended up being Lightsong's brother the whole time. And Lightsong was obviously saving his niece. Plot twist. Didn't expect that. And I guess like the fact that he was always there for Lightsong as well was really sweet. But obviously he didn't tell him. He was like not telling him anything to do with like the past. I'm glad he found out at the end before he died, to be fair. Like, that does make sense why he was so patient. Yeah. And then he flips out at the end. He's like, oh my God. And he's like, I'm sorry I yelled at you. Oh, I can't believe he died. Like, I know why he died, but it's still sad. Overall, this book was a good ending. Again, this book's got to be like a 5-star for me. I can't believe Blue Fingers was the little weasel. I should have expected it. It's always like, you know, keep your friends close but your enemies closer, right? Sanderson, you cheeky. Didn't expect that. Again, another insane book. Very glad I read this. I think I'm going to try Elantris next. I'm going to get that on audiobook again and then obviously read it on my Kindle too, do the immersive reading. I am really enjoying doing that. I think I've taken a bit of the information. There's a lot to take in, obviously, like with these books, so it helps listening to it. But yeah, oh my gosh. I really like that. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching my reactions. If you guys do like watching my videos, do check out my other videos that will pop up on screen. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!